Hi everyone, this is part 2 of the Flowish Junk Journal. I will link part 1 below, and this is where I am adding the flip out pocket. I'm using an envelope for this process, and you can use any size you want or that fits your project, but I had originally thought about using a regular envelope, and then I thought maybe I could add a piece that already comes with the digital. This is the envelope that came with the digital, and sometimes I print them in just regular coffee stain paper to give it that vintage feel because the paper is a bit thin. But I'm thinking if I'm going to use this as a pocket, I need to make it a little bit thicker. So I'm going to be reprinting the envelope on thicker cardstock, either 65-pound or more. And then this way it's easier to make those flip outs that I want to do with this envelope. So instead of keeping it for its purpose of what it was, I'm going to use it as a flip out page for this journal. So what I'm going to do now is just reprint it, cut it up, score it, and before I do that, I'm just also trying to see which pockets will fit because I'm thinking of adding a pocket, and this happens to have a smaller pocket than the one I originally used in the front cover, so I will be using that one. So here it is, just showing you that I've reprinted it on thicker cardstock. I'm going to cut that up and I'm going to score it and have it ready to add to the back of the cover. So I really like this design because even the flaps here, as you can see, they look like they have vintage book page writing on it. So I'm thinking I'll add a pocket here. At this step, I could also use some distressing if I wanted to, and if you want to do that, you could go right ahead or you could save it till the end. But I will be adding the pocket. Again, for this part, I'm using my wet glue. I find that it's fine to use it when you're using thicker pieces. And also a tip, when I print out my digitals, I like to print out my pockets, my tags, my journaling cards, and most of the ephemera on thick cardstock because I find that I'll be using it in so many different ways. My paper that I usually use as well for just the regular pages, I like to use something a little bit more a little bit thicker than your average photocopy paper, so it's usually about a 28-pound paper. But again, for this purpose, I'm using all cardstock to print everything out, and this way it has a nice sturdiness to it. So now I'm adding the pocket, and again, I'm just cleaning out the edges, making sure that it is completely adhered to the page. And then I'm scoring the lines again, just to make sure that I get a nice crisp line when I start to use it. I even like the flap here. Look how nice the design is. The entire envelope is beautiful. So I think I'm going to do a tuck spot at the bottom. So I'm going to show you with this flap. I'm just going to glue either end, and then I'll make it a nice little tuck spot to put, a journaling card or a little note or a tag or something. And then when the flip out is ready, I'll be able to have like an extra little pocket at the bottom here. And then I have to decide if I want to do the same with the top, and I'm not sure right now. So I'm thinking that for the top one, I might want to do a flip up or a flip out. I'm not sure how you would want to say that, but it would be attaching something to the bottom of the flap, and then you could lift it up so that you can write in the back of it like this. But I'm not sure. That's an option you can have as well, since, like I said, the flap is a really nice decorated flap. And here I'm just showing you other digital pieces from one of the kits that I really like, and I'm thinking I might add one of these pieces as a flip out, but we'll see. So I'm cutting them up. I'm going to try and see what fits. This pocket there, a tuck there, and then here I'm still thinking I'm going to do that flip out. But that's the beauty of playing with these digitals, is you really get to do so much with them. I can reprint it if I want to. I don't have to worry about not having the same copy again if I need to use it for something. But I think I might just do another tuck spot. I think I'm liking the idea of having a bottom tuck spot and a top tuck spot. So we'll see. here I'm just trying to figure out how I want to attach the envelope to the cover. So I am thinking I will end up with a tuck spot at the top and the bottom. So then you have a choice as to where you can put your journaling card, etc. But you can always do the flip up, as I had said. So I'm just going to glue down the flap, and then we will move on to attaching this envelope to our journal cover. So it's ready to go. Again, I'm just scoring the lines to make sure it has nice adhesion. And then I will show you how I'm adding it to the cover. So I left the back pocket open as I showed you guys before, so I'll be attaching it with the flap, and I'm just showing you how I will be doing that. So it will go through the inside of the pocket. Now you could always attach it to the outside if you've closed that pocket. I mean, you have options how you want to attach this, but this is the way I've decided to do it. So now I'm just going to add glue to the flap. And then just make sure that when you add the glue, you don't go right up to that line that folds the flap over. So where my finger, my index finger is right now, don't go right up to that line. Leave a little gap so that when you open and close the envelope, it won't, it will give you a nice space to open and close it up. So I'm attaching it this way, and then I'm making sure I leave a little bit of a gap, and then I'll close it so that you know, it will start to glue as it's closed, and then this way I know that I've got enough room to open and close it without it kind of hitting other paper pieces, if you know what I mean. So I'm not sure what's happened to my video here, but I'm going to have to do a part 3 because part 2 doesn't seem to be uploading every piece of it. So I will show you part 3, which is how I will reinforce it, add the pages, and we'll do some of the journaling tags, etc. So thank you for watching, and part 3 is coming up soon.